Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn connects you with experts from all over the world to help you take charge of your career, your business, and your life. Rap along with us. Visit drjacalyn.com to learn how to become a guest or a sponsor. And now, the doctor is in.
Hello, welcome to USA Global TV. You are watching Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn presents Fashion, Fitness, Travel, and Leisure. I'm your host, executive producer, director, and broadcast engineer. And with us today is the star of our show, Diann Floyd Boehm. Hi, Diann. Good to see you.
It's great to see you too. And yay, it's Friday again. I love to say
I know.
that.
I do too. Isn't it crazy how fast the time goes by? I mean, it's this
incredible.
last year and a half has just flown by.
You remember when we were younger, we thought, oh, Christmas, but now we have to wait another whole year, and we thought it was going to take forever. And now we just close our eyes and open it, and it's like, slow down, world.
Another year older, more wrinkles, but more wisdom, more knowledge.
Wisdom, that's right.
Wisdom.
You're gorgeous, so you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, please. Thank you to Botox. But you look gorgeous today, and I love what you're wearing. Tell us a little bit about it.
This is, thank you so much. This was specially designed by a friend of mine who's a fashion designer in Dubai, and now he's in France. And he even designed the material as well as the look. And I have several of his pieces. And I will share with you his name and everything. He's changing his design and so forth. So it's going to be a release. But hopefully he's going to be on the show soon. So
fantastic. And, you know, we have a great guest this week. As always, last week you brought us a fabulous guest, and I loved her story about how she got a huge project from Bloomingdale's because of her social media presence, and they found her in social media. So just amazing. So our guest today is a model, and she's got a big competition coming up. She's also won a number of accolades. And before we bring her out, I just would like to spotlight you and find out what it is that you're up to now. You know, you are always out there. By the way, I saw some posts. I didn't get to comment yet, but I saw that you now have on, what is it called, where you wait for the bus at the bus stop. You've got your book cover there. And now your book cover, one of your book covers is also a shower curtain, right?
Yes. So I started, I really enjoyed your show earlier today because I'm big on branding. So I totally agreed with her. So I've been designing my cups and mugs. And now we have shower curtains. And in Dubai, there's a company called Origins Collective, and they carry my work on their pillows and their stackables and cups as well. So I feel really lucky that I'm moving into the world of fabric designs with my illustrations, and people can have them in their homes. Wallpaper's next.
And your illustrations are absolutely beautiful. You don't have them there with you today, do you, your books?
I do have some of them with me. Actually, I was going to talk about them. This is my latest release, The Moonlit Adventures, and my daughter Catherine did the illustrations. So I'm extremely proud of them. And she designed Moxie. And this is my Harry the Camel, but in Arabic. And hopefully we will be having Harry on some pillows real soon in Dubai. So that'll be exciting. And hopefully with what I'm working on now, we'll be having them people will be able to purchase in the West as well.
And you do have, yay, that's fantastic. Congratulations. And you do have something else that's being released sometime in the fall, correct?
Correct. So actually, everyone stay tuned and make sure you come to my Facebook, and I'll have all the information. I just did a commercial about it. We'll be doing the cover reveal, and Dr. Jacalyn was kind enough to read it ahead of time, and so she's a part of the book. And anyway, we're going to have the cover reveal for my book, Ruby, A Girl's Struggle for More. And it'll be on July the 20th.
Yay! That's right. That's next week, by the way.
I know. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you. That's fantastic. So best wishes with all of that. And of course, we'll be here every week and we can discuss what the latest and greatest is.
Thanks.
We are running your banner that if people do go to your website, Diann Floyd Boehm, and they sign up for your newsletter, the first 10 people who do will receive a signed copy of one of your books. That is so generous and exciting. Yay!
Thank you. I'm happy to do that. And I'm excited about our guest today. And I think I told you, but you know, she's going to talk a little bit about the beauty world of pageants. And a former Mr. Parkin was in Miss Texas, so a long time ago. And so I'm like, I shouldn't pack, you know, we're moving. So I had just packed all my crowns just the other day.
Oh.
I could have put one on.
Well, that would be great for you guys to have that camaraderie about that. So I'm looking forward to bringing out Lynette. Let's take a quick break. And we're going to watch, I just feel like it's Friday and I love this. It's a music video by two sisters. You love it? Two sisters, Victoria and Lavinia. And the name of their group is the Debutantes. You can find them over on Instagram. And the name of the song is Paradise. So we will watch that and then we will be right back with our guests. I'm going to take us backstage for
Take me to who needs paradise.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Welcome back to USA Global TV. You are watching Fashion, Fitness, Travel, and Leisure with the star of our show, Diann Floyd Boehm. And we've got a great guest coming up. Her name is Lynette Medina Thompson. She is a model. She's been seen in fashion shows and also is seen on America's Most Wanted Models. She is in a competition coming up, Mrs. Universe, that is taking place hopefully in South Korea, November 27th to December the 5th. Let's welcome Lynette. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon
Nice.
from London. Nice to see you.
Nice to
to
see you
be
also.
on
I
your
love that
show.
red. Beautiful.
Thank you. And it's sunny here in London, which is unusual. We have been really dying to get a sun at the moment, so it's been cold. So it's a lovely weather today, so I'm just outside.
That's
Nice.
great. Yeah, I was like, wow, it's sunny in London.
Yeah, it is. It's Friday as well.
So Lynette, let's start from the future and go backwards, if that's okay. I'd love to
That's
start
fine.
with this Mrs. Universe competition that's coming up. And Diann has a background in pageants as well, so I'd love to have you guys to really dive into this. So what does it take to actually be in what, I don't know what the word is, included in the competition, I guess? How does that actually take place? Lynette?
Actually, I won a major pageant last time. That was 2019. I was it was held here in UK, which is called Aguman Kapampangan. It's a charity organization that hosts Mrs. Philippines UK yearly. So I won 2 years ago, and because of COVID, they did not do it last year. So that's how it started. That's my platform for pageants, let's just say. And then the national director for European director of the pageant has asked me if I can be a delegate, and I said why not, because it's a long story of like before, because I was not really confident, and let's just say that it's a bit scary being in a public eye. But since I had the confidence after winning 2 years ago and doing some fashion shows, then I say, and I'd like as well to empower and inspire women like me, because of course I'm middle-aged, I'm a mother, and of course I also have a full-time career. So it takes like confidence and courage to do it. But in the end, I just said, okay, I can do this, and I'm proud to represent my country, let's just say.
First of all, congratulations on the competition in 2019. That's outstanding.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I love how transparent you were, just talking about, as we get older as women, we don't have the same confidence maybe as we had when we were younger, but yet we need to keep getting out there and be role models for other women. So I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that you're going to do that. And I loved that you shared that, you had to work your way up to feel confident, and now you are, and you want to share that with others, that they can be that way too. And that's just beautiful.
Yeah, and it's not just showcasing beauty. It's all about how you have inside as well, because when you are in pageants, you have a platform or some advocacy of helping others. So it's more charity work. So you have to help others, unfortunate others. So I have been helping lots of unfortunate people around more on. I have been doing fashion shows for cancer, for Alzheimer's, and when I won that pageant, I told you, was a charity organization. So we raised a lot of money on that, and it went to the Philippines. So it's about helping others as and then on the other side of it is to inspiring others to believe in themselves, because sometimes if you are a mother already, or let's just say you are middle aged, it's sometimes you just forget about yourself and you just don't want to, let's just say, you are scared of believing in yourself or showing yourself up there that you can do this. So it's me saying I can do it, and then I think it helped as well that I was the only girl in the family, so I was so being a role model as well. So it all goes back to where I was, and then what I aspire for, and the goals, and yes, so it gave me that boost, let's say, and confidence to do what I want to do, and hopefully, and I will do it proudly in there by November.
I'm
Well,
sure
we
you
wish you the
will.
best with that. You
Thank
definitely will.
you.
And I'd like to also just let our audience know that in addition to the work that you're doing as a model and giving back and helping others, you're also been on the front lines during COVID
Yes,
and
yes.
helping people. And I think that's, I think we should delve into that a little bit deeper, because you've seen things that others have not seen. And, you know, we watch on the news, we hear stories from other people, but what's that experience been like for you, knowing that day after day you have to face, you know, really difficult situations, people who are really suffering and struggling, and yet you still have to be strong and supportive?
Yes, the COVID has opened lots of challenges, especially for us who works as a frontliner or in healthcare. During the first surge, it was really challenging because we don't know who are we dealing with, and then you just can see the rise of cases, and then we have to deal with it a lot, wherein we have to work extra hours. And what pushed us frontliners, I think, is our devotion and our our caring nature to deal with it. It's not just because it's our career, but also our responsibility, and as well, of course, we have to devote ourselves to look after the ill or COVID patients, or not just COVID, but everyone who will come to the hospital or who's not well. Um, COVID is very challenging for us, but I see it as a blessing as well, because in the end we have realized that during COVID time we have each other. We managed to rise after that by uh, doing measures to prevent things, and of course the vaccines, and how people or others has helped each other just to to deal with it and to cope with what is it now. And now hopefully it will go soon, and being a frontliner, we still are here, even if COVID is not around anymore, we are still here to look after others.
How did you take care of yourself mentally and physically so
Mm.
that you didn't get burned out and just broken down?
Funnily enough, a week after our Prime Minister has announced lockdown on March 23 last year, I contracted COVID because I was working in a cancer ward when most of them got COVID. So I got it myself. So I got all the symptoms. I was strong enough to look after myself, and I came from the Philippines, and I was like on my own here, so I was really determined to get well because I'm on my own. And I think working as well in hospital helped me because I was um, educating my patient about breathlessness and then how to look after themselves. So I applied it myself. So in 9 days I recovered and went back to work after. And after that, it made me realize how hard it is for the family, for all the patients, and for all of us as well. So it gave you more strength to face, and also I look after myself by eating well and physically fit as well. I do yogas, meditations, and Pilates to keep me fit, because you have to be physically fit and active to combat the disease. And also I eat well, sleep well, and mentally is that I always look on the positive side. Sometimes it brings you down when you feel like what's going on, and then patients has becoming really unwell. But sometimes you just have to be positive and just look into it as a challenge, and then it will be over soon. So it's just like being positive and looking after yourself, and then uh, with the help and support of your others as well. I'm glad that my workplace or my colleagues or the trust really look after us, where they normally say you have to look after your well-being. There's lots of programs that they do for us staff as well, because they knew how stressful it was. They gave us some downtime, they gave us some like to have to get leave or one thing. So I'm very, very lucky that I am very well supported as well in my workplace. So it all helped. So you're the support from the family, from work, and of course to look after yourself. It's really, really important, and then it really helped me a lot in dealing with what is going on.
I can relate to everything you're saying. I have 4 members of our family that are frontliners, and
Yes.
all 4 of them ended up with COVID.
Yeah.
And so I can vouch that it was very difficult for what you went through. But I think because, as you stated, you mentally told yourself, I'm going to get better. It doesn't always work, but you have a very strong spirit, and it carried you through, and you still have work to do on the earth. So I'm glad you're better. And it probably also helps you be even extra compassionate to those who are going through it, would you say?
Yes, true. Yeah, because you knew what they are feeling. So normally when I had it, and then I knew very well that it was really, really, really difficult, because I had the breathlessness. And then there was a time that I was really weak, that I had to crawl out of bed and everything, and then I was on my own. So I said, if this happens to somebody else, how will they cope? So whenever I knew somebody get the COVID, I normally just give them a call or just monitor them, especially my friends, of course, and family. And then I always tell them what to do, and then of course and then something to avoid, like of course you have to wash your hands, you have to, and now we are still wearing masks all the time, so it's just
Yeah.
precautionary measures, washing your hand, and all the things that to avoid it, which is really important as well. So
Right. So when you become Miss Universe, we're going to cross our fingers, you will be a
hopefully,
great representative, wouldn't you say, Dr. Jacalyn?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
hopefully.
So, Lynette, I wanted to ask a question. Having had it, does that make you less fearful? So, in other words,
Yes,
yeah.
actually, yes. There was a time that I found out that if you had it, there's a chance that you will have it again. So I got friends who had it twice. So I said, there's no way I will have it. Like as I said, I'm always a positive person, and then there's no way I will have it. I will have to look after myself, and I have the two vaccines as well to avoid it. And then I kept telling everyone to just wash your hand, eat healthy, all the things that will make you like less prone to COVID. It's just I just have to tell everyone, and um, hopefully it will go soon. I'm just hoping it will go soon, because it just affects everyone's lives at the moment. We are still in lockdown, so
But it's kind of interesting if you think about it. As a frontline worker, you're covered up, right?
yes.
And then the other side of your personality, you're a model. You're a fashion model. You're on runways, and you're out there, right? So it's two totally different worlds. In addition to all the work that you do to help others and raise money and awareness for charities, what do you love about being a model?
What I love about being a model is that I love meeting others, wherein you get to know other people and you get to learn from them as well. It's not just because you have to wear dresses or anything, but it's about learning from them and getting experience. It's just molding you into a more confident person. And of course, if you are in the modeling world, it's completely different, because they will see you physically, but it's still, when you feel good about yourself and you are confident enough, it's also um, helps when you are in a modeling industry. So yeah, I love being out there and showing them confidence, and that, yeah, as I said before, middle age, I still can s- can can walk in there and then showcase whatever the designer I'm wearing or everything. So it's really, it's challenging, but I love it.
What do you have to do to prepare for your upcoming competition?
I, as usual, I have been um, doing lots of physical fitness. Even though, even before, I love being fit, which I do lots of yoga, I do lots of Pilates, and now I'm into jogging as well. So I'm and looking after myself, and then preparing myself physically, because of course it will be a completely different world, because it will be 90 plus countries, more than 90 countries that I have to face with. And just normally I will just say, just go there and enjoy. And then it's not, I won't say it's a competition, but it's about showing what you have. And I respect everyone, let's just say, who are there, because it's about showcasing different cultures, and um, being with them is really an honor. And then so I have to just look after myself, in basically, by beauty regime. Not much. I just eat lots of fruit and sleep well, and it helps. And yeah, being physically fit, that's my preparation for now. For the gowns, I haven't decided yet, but I got some in mind. So I'll just ask my designers some that I need this one, I like this one. So I'm preparing myself as well for that type of fashion thing for the gowns.
Very
And
exciting.
Yeah.
very exciting. You know, one of the things I appreciate what you're saying is when we're younger and you're in the pageants, you know, I wish I had the wisdom I have now because I would have handled interview totally differently. But you know, when you're younger, it's all about I want them to notice me. You know, you don't have the confidence to say, well, this is what I'm hoping to do further in the world, and blah blah blah. And today, if you were to take, if I could have had the body I had back then, but know what I know now, I would have answered questions so differently. So what I love about what you're bringing to it is the fact that it's not about winning. It's about being with other people, meeting people, cultures coming together. And that's such a beauty. And I really respect you for that. And I'm sure all the people that you meet that are in the competition, they're just going to gravitate to you because you have the right attitude about being there.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Question I have for both of you, Diann having been in pageants and Lynette having been in them, and one coming up. We see a lot of things on television over the years about pageants, and it's like, like it's cutthroat, and people are like, I hate her. Is it really like that? Is everybody supportive of one another, or secretly it's like, I hope she trips, I hope she doesn't answer this correctly? Let's start with you, Diann.
Start with me? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, every pageant is different. But I would say for the most part, when I watch some of the shows, I'm like, yeah, that didn't really happen. Though I must say, Sandra Bullock's movie was incredible. And she did a very well balance between it all. So kudos for Sandra Bullock in that movie, because I thought she was great. But actually, there are times that people have done some kind of things and you just sit there and go, what? Because you're automatically kicked out. You cannot participate, and they always find out who the person is, because they being the people in charge of the city, the judges, they want someone who has a lot of integrity, who truly believes they want to be able to help the city, and the city wants someone who's going to represent them well. So The Cats, that makes for a great movie, but for the most part, every girl that I was with, they were fabulous dancers, singers, ventriloquists, and they just brought a beautiful spirit. So how about you, Lynette?
My experience so far is that luckily I didn't have any negative experience from the pageant I had before, because I said it's a charity organization, so we were there just to raise money to help others. So most of the candidates are into helping people. So I was always the one telling them that we are not here to compete. We are here to help others. So they got that personality or that vibe that we are all friends. I told them during we do have some rehearsals for all the dance and everything. So I always tell them we are not enemies, we are friends. So hopefully after all these ones we are still friends. And luckily until now we still are, and we are supporting each other. So luckily I didn't have any negative experience with the pageants, and no negativity, because I didn't like that to happen anyway. If in case it might have happened, I will just stay away from it and just do positive side of it. I think it helps that I'm always into an optimist side. So even maybe somebody has a negative comment on me on the pageant or anything, I will just take it as a challenge, and then I just have to make it to better, or let's just say, if they said something that to me, I have to improve myself then. So as for now, it's just positive or nothing negative. So thank God for that.
So you definitely could win Miss Congeniality.
I won actually Mrs. Personality. I got that award during that.
And it sounds like you can leave your stress on your yoga mat. Just get rid of it.
I do. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I do. Yeah, meditation actually is good. So when I'm really during the COVID time, so it's really, you can feel the work environment, the stress, the physically and mentally. So when I go home, I just put my yoga mat there. I'll do my yoga, do meditation, and the following day I'm fresh again. So it's just that if I will stress myself now, if I will get depressed, who will help me? No one. And patients are depending on me, so I don't have to show them that I'm stressed. So I was always like happy, or always bring positive vibes when I'm on the road. So I think that helps me as well with my modeling and my pageant. So
When
That's
you are
beautiful.
on the runway, what do you enjoy most? Wearing the gowns or wearing the swimsuit?
actually, I thought on the first modeling that I like enjoying I like gowns, but recently last month, when we had this fashion show that they just have to bring I wear a black top and a black trousers or black leggings. I did that, and then they will just give you some jewelries to wear, or you just showcase bags or whatever. I really love that actually, because it's just you are wearing the same outfit, and then you still there. You go up on the stage. So I think I would like more casual ones now, not gowns. To be honest.
I always wondered how you could walk in those shoes and not
Yeah,
trip.
oh yeah, 6. Oh, talking about shoes, because before I joined the pageant, I don't have any experience in pageants in the Philippines, and because let's just say because I didn't want to join. So when I came here, I had the courage to say, "Why not? I'll do it." And then I realized I don't know how to walk in heels, so I have to practice for 3 months before my pageant, wearing 6 inches heels. I tripped, I stumbled, and I fell and everything. But I went up there and I said, "I can do it," and then I did it.
Congrats. That's hard work.
Yeah, it was. 3 months every
nerve-wracking.
night. I was
There's a
walking,
balance
walking.
to it all, you know?
It is, yes, it is, and it really hurts. The feet hurts.
This is true.
Yeah, I have to say something about that. I had a pair of Prada shoes, and they
Yes.
were literally 7 inches. Okay, this is a few years ago. And I was walking off a curb onto the sidewalk, and I
Oh, no.
tripped and fell. I actually ripped my
Oh.
pants. But because I
Oh.
practiced yoga, I really believe that I did not break anything. I was like, yes, thank you.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
It makes a big
Yoga can
difference,
do
doesn't it?
that. Mhm.
I actually remember the first time I tripped, and then it was a public place, but because it was a long road, I really like to practice there because I can just walk straight, and then somebody saw me and they said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Did I break something? I think it's not." I just stood up and I said, "I'm okay." And then I just walked. And then they said, "Oh my God, she's really okay." And so I remember that when you said about that doctor about falling over, and then just stood up and I said, "I didn't break anything," but I'm glad I didn't.
I don't know about you, Lynette, or you, Diann, but I've been walking a lot during COVID, and I'm in sneakers, right? So I was thinking yesterday when I went for a walk, I can remember when I was younger and I was living in Philadelphia, and I would have on my suit and my giant heels, and I'd have to walk, 2 or 3 blocks. It's almost crippling, right? Because the shoes go like this, right? So
Yes,
your
yes.
toes. And I'm thinking, why did I do that? Why I did it for so many years, decades. And it's like you couldn't pay me to do that again.
Nope. Nope. I retired my super high heels. But the funny thing is, my mom loved her stilettos so much that it was until she was in her 70s that she would give up her super high heels. Can you believe that?
That's incredible.
That's really incredible.
She would say, "Stilettos make your legs beautiful."
Uh,
I think that's true. But what I started doing was I started bringing my shoes in a separate bag, and I would
Yeah.
go to wherever I was going, and then I would put them on. But if you're walking through London, or you're walking through Houston
yeah.
or Philadelphia, and you trip on the sidewalk, that could be, forget about yoga. That could be the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You will end up in the hospital.
Yes, that's true. So everyone, follow that advice Dr. Jacalyn gave us. Carry a bag.
Carry a
Even
bag.
big purses were good for something.
Yeah.
Well, when my dad was alive, he used to say to me, because I spent a lot of time with my parents, and we'd go out to dinner, and I'd have him drop me off right at the front of the restaurant. And he'd say, "Do you realize how ridiculous this is that you can't even walk from the parking lot?" And I'd say, "Dad, these are sitting shoes. these are not walking shoes. You just sit in them, and then people walk by and go, wow, they're great shoes. Yeah, thank you. It seems so shallow now.
Shoes can make an outfit. What are you talking about?
Definitely. Lynette, I'd love to ask you how winning a pageant like the one you won in 2019, how does that change your life, or how does it impact your life?
It really changed my life because when I won the pageant, that's when I started having modeling offers as well. So it really I became more active on social events, let's just say, because before I wasn't. I was really into work that time, and then I like the balance of I was a full-time worker, and then on the other side I had this modeling and shows and everything, so it's like from spotlight to career. So it really helped me in a way that physically and mentally as well, because as a model I have to be sure that I will look after myself. That's why I have to do lots of exercises, yogas, and everything. Even though I'm too tired, I have to do this. But it feels really great to do something that, because when I was younger, I really admired the models. And I like wearing dresses and gowns, and now I'm doing it. It's just like a dream come true. So yes, it really shaped me into, let's just say, a better person.
That's beautiful.
When you're
How
at
about you,
Miss
Diann?
Universe, I'm sorry. When you're at Miss Universe, that particular pageant, don't you wear when you come out, you wear a gown that represents your country? Have
Yeah,
you
there
picked
will
that
be
one out?
national costume.
Yeah.
There will be national costume. So I'm really trying hard to think what would I wear. So I got some ideas already, but I have to ask opinions from others as well, and I'm just still searching what would be the best costume.
How does it work with designers? So how do designers contact you and say, oh, I'd love for you to wear this, or do you see something and you contact them?
Yes, I have a designer in the Philippines. There's two of them. So normally, I will say, I normally tell them I will send you some gown designs, and then tell me if it's good. And they add some as well. So if ever I want something, they will say maybe we can add this part, so it will be great. And it's just like amalgamation of ideas of me and the designer, and then we will just so that's what we do at the moment. And there's two gowns now that we decided to finalize, and then national costume is still not not final, so I'm still searching for a better one. Better design.
So, are you wearing more of the from the Filipino style
Because
or England?
it will be mixture of both,
A
I
mixture.
think. Yeah.
I used to live in the Philippines for like 3 years,
Wow.
and so then I think the national costume
Yeah.
is really gorgeous,
Yeah,
and
it is. Yeah, we call it
yeah,
Filipiniana with the
yeah.
distinctive sleeve. Is it? Yeah.
Yes, and I performed at the National Theater there, so you would see a
Ah,
lot of that. You
yes.
weren't
Yeah.
born yet, probably. Imelda Marcos was there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she
Yeah.
always
Same.
had
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it was quite
So.
beautiful.
Mm.
I bet you didn't know that, Dr. Jacalyn, did you?
I was trying to imagine you in the Philippines. I was like, Diann has been all over the world.
Yeah. 3 years. Wow.
Yeah, I had my first baby there, actually. So
Mm.
yeah, so Filipino women are beautiful, and you certainly represent them well. And I'm so glad you're in London
Oh,
and
thank
doing great
you.
work there and helping people. And I'm sure
Yeah.
the Londoners are excited that you are representing them. So
I just told my colleagues last 2 weeks ago, because one of my seniors said, I always see you in Facebook with all these glamour and beautiful. But because I'm at work, when I'm working, I don't put any because we are wearing masks and everything. And then I was just smiling. Suddenly she asked me, "Are you into something again, Lynette, that we don't know?" And I said, "Oh yeah." So I told them maybe Mrs. Universe, and then they said, "Go for it, go for it." So yeah,
What date is that, so we all know when to
it's
start watching?
27th of November until
Okay.
the 5th. So hopefully, if it changes, they will inform us anyway. But we haven't formally announced yet because they are still waiting for the COVID. But last year it was supposed to be last year, but they did it virtual, which is December. So it was online. So I said I'm not doing it because I want to do it face to face, because as I said, I like to learn from others. I like to meet the others as well, because you learn from them and learn their cultures. So I
Very
said I'll
smart.
do it when it's face to face, and they said this year, then do it this year. So hopefully.
You'll have to let us know how we can watch it so we can
Yes, I
support you
will.
and
Yes,
get the word
yes,
out.
please. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're actually at the end of our program, which is always a
Good.
sad thing. But
Yeah.
Lynette, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you? We are streaming your banner, but for people on the radio, how can they reach out to you, and who should reach out to you?
I'm normally more active in Facebook, so my name is Lynette Medina in Facebook, but in Instagram as well, it's Lynette Medina 13. So just I'm more active on Facebook, but I do Instagram now as well, because I just realized they are more on Instagram. So Facebook and Instagram, if ever. And then it was such a pleasure to be your guest today, Dr. Jacalyn. And lovely to meet you, Diann.
Thank you. We're glad to have
It is
you.
a pleasure to have you, and it's so nice to see someone who's so beautiful outside as well as inside, and
Thank
who's
Amen.
so
you.
motivated by helping other people, whether you're at your work or you're on the runway. Your mission is to help other people and bring awareness. It's beautiful.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We wish you well. Please do stay in touch so we know what's going on with the
Yes, yes,
pageant.
yes, yes, I will. Yeah, we are. Yeah, I will keep in touch for sure.
Have a
All
great
right.
day.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Take
Bye
care. Bye
bye. Bye,
bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Be safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. She was lovely, wasn't she?
She was. One of the things I love about technology now that we have is like, look at you and I in two different states, and now we've become best friends. And
Yes.
I just love and adore you. And we get to have guests from all over the world, and we're learning from them. And it just shows you there can be all this turmoil going on in different places, but for the most part, there's beauty in all of us. And I just love that you're able to bring that to the viewers. It shows hope and faith and love.
Well, thank you, Diann. I love that too. And I feel like, there was some conversation on one of my shows about whether or not social media was going to continue to have the power that it has had, or people are just so anxious to get back and meet with one another in person. But I think that based on what I've read and based on the booming number of people who are on Clubhouse, I don't think that it's going to change, because to your point, it used to be, for example, if you were going to have a television show, you had to go somewhere in person, you had to drive, you had to leave, you had to fly. And now we don't have to do that. And even though our shows are all live broadcasts, so they're pre-scheduled, it's not just like, hey, meet me in 20 minutes, which we could do, but it enables people to get time in their schedule. And because we are global, different time zones, people can come from all over the world. So I'm just totally grateful that this technology exists. Last night we had a show that was really fantastic. We had one of the band members from the Drifters, and
whoa, how
yes,
could I miss that? I
he was
love
on
him.
He was on a Better You, and Mariska from our team, she was in New Zealand, Butch was in New York, and we ended up interviewing him for like an hour. And it's just, when would I ever meet him?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
how
Like,
exciting.
it's so cool.
Oh, that is
Yes.
so cool. And
Under the board.
you, oh, yeah. Well, I danced to it so much. And you mentioned Clubhouse. What a phenomenal! You are the one who introduced me to Clubhouse, actually, and it's incredible. Sometimes I think I listen to that more than regular television or people because I just love hearing from people from around the world. It's exciting.
It's so authentic also.
So authentic.
We had 3 people on yesterday, all who have a big presence on Clubhouse, and Bobby Del Rio, who he now has 17,700 people following him. I interviewed him like 3 weeks ago. He had 15,000 people, and
Wow.
he just met his girlfriend on Clubhouse. They're going to meet in person for the first time.
Wow.
Bob Daniel, who's an actor and a producer and a director, he's over on Clubhouse, and then of course Butch Leak from the Drifters, and it's just that's how the commonality that we all had is Clubhouse. So it gives you access to people that, and by the way, you can have just regular conversations like you and I are having, as
Right.
opposed to some of the big network programs where it's all scripted, right?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
so it all has a
and
place.
it's live and it's authentic. It's incredible. So
Right. Like if somebody drops something, there's a loud
Yes.
noise.
Yeah, but our viewers right now, you can email us, you can chat us, you can phone us, and you can be part of this show too, right, Dr. Jacalyn?
Absolutely. And we love when people engage with the show. I had noticed that people were commenting. So right now we're on 4 Facebook pages and people go to Jacalyn Kerbeck a lot, but the comments were not coming in for over a month. And so I worked with StreamYard and there was some permission that had to be fixed and I had to reload it. But anyway, we do love hearing from people, and I do go back after the shows. I can't get to all of them, unfortunately, because there's 18 shows, but we do appreciate, especially when you comment, Diann. I love that. It shows that the content is relevant and it's resonating.
Absolutely. You do a fantastic job, and you're growing by leaps and bounds, and you're growing because of the content that you provide. I find my husband's like, so what are you listening to now, Dr. Jacalyn? What are you listening to now? Oh, her other show. Like, seriously? And I'm like, my God, they're incredible. And you didn't pay me to say that.
No, and thank you. We do have guests that are very interesting, very fascinating, especially like you are a very global person yourself because of all the places that you've lived. But if you've only lived in one country for most of your life, you might not be exposed to all the different cultures. And to have people come on and share what's going on in their life when we're all going through something like COVID, it's even more exceptional because it's touched everyone, and how people have come out of it, how they've reacted to it, I think is just profound. And I love to hear stories like that.
Me too. And, and how we really are connected globally, and we have to pay attention to that. And so, but we're also connected globally by fashion, fitness, and leisure.
Yes, for sure. I think
I love those topics.
So love those topics. When I think of I think it's Walt Disney World, the ride with all the representatives from around the world. It's a small world, and it is. It's so much smaller now because of social media.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, I know you have another show coming up because you and I could talk all day, and people are like going, hello out there.
I know sometimes I forget that I'm on TV. I'm like, I'm just having a conversation with a friend. But I wish you well with your move. When is this? I know it's a process, but when do you expect it's going to be over?
The huge day is next week. The movers come on the 21st, and we unload on the 23rd. And so this is, can you see it all? This is the last day for the Story Garden as it is. So I just did a commercial for the new look that's coming, and it'll be up soon. You'll be seeing it.
Oh, good. Well, and you've got the big reveal on the 20th, and then the big move is the 21st.
Yes, but I will be here next week no matter what.
Yay.
And I will even show you the copy of the book.
Woo! Can't wait for that. That's fantastic. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, we'd love to have you. Some of our shows are booked out for several months, but I'm trying to find the banner. You can go to drjacalyn.com and you can book your session. And of course, I can't find it. Just go to drjacalyn.com and go across the top, book your session, and we'd love to have you and hear your story about fashion, fitness, travel, and leisure. Diann, what is the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Always. You can reach me at my website, diannfloydboehm.com. You can find me on Instagram, Pinterest. You can find me on Facebook too. But my website's the easiest. And I look forward to speaking to everyone. And my YouTube channel, The Story Garden, make sure you subscribe. You just hit the little button, subscribe.
So easy to do. And Diann, you'll be back today. I'm looking at the schedule. You'll be back on A Better You.
Yes, I'm so excited to do a presentation for you.
What are you going to be presenting today?
Tips for aspiring children's authors.
Fantastic. All right. Will we be seeing you in the same beautiful outfit, or will you be changed into something else?
No, I'll be changing.
Okay.
I promise I won't be wearing what I'm about to change into, which is boxing.
Boxing clothes, that's important. Yeah, I usually go in between shows and I put on my yoga outfit, and then I might have 10 minutes, so sometimes I don't get to do that. But it's beautiful seeing you. Thank you, my dear friend, and look forward to seeing you in a few 2 hours or I don't even know, 2.5 hours.
Like that, right?
Yeah.
I better get ready. You take care.
All right.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye,
Take
everybody.
care. Bye, Diann. She is a doll, and she knows everyone. She knows all the best people, and I say that seriously because she has such a pure and good heart, and Diann loves to connect with people on a real level, and she's always coming up with great ideas. She's always out there and willing to give of herself and to help people. So please do reach out to her, Diann Floyd Boehm. And actually, as we close out today, I'm going to play her advertisements, which we love, all about her books. So take a look at this, Diann Floyd Boehm. Thank you for being with us on USA Global TV. We look forward to seeing you very soon as we come back with I Have a Story to Tell, and my guest, Daniel Wood, will be sharing his story. Bye for now.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Story Garden. Your host, Diann Boehm. I'm so happy to have you here today.
Diann Floyd Boehm tells wonderful stories that warm the heart, spark the imagination, and unite people and families across generations. For children, Diann's Harry the Camel connects with all of us who've ever wondered how different our lives might have been if only we'd been born something better, like a wonderful horse instead of an ordinary camel. In the end, we all learn along with Harry that there's nothing better than just being yourself. Diann's Little Girl in the Moon looks down on earthbound children and wonders if they know she's just like them. A story of love, home, and the bond between mother and daughter, its powerful theme that we're each of us different yet all of us the same plants a seed in children that promises to blossom within a loving and trusting grown-up. Diann's new biography, Rise, recounts the experiences of her grandmother, Ruby, to reveal the hidden strength of the human spirit. Ruby's story inspires all of us to become the best versions of ourselves. You'll find all of Diann's delightful books and much more at diannfloydboehm.com. Visit diannfloydboehm.com. That's diannfloydboehm.com.